Heyo, welcome to the OBR streaming network. My name is Brad Ward. The man next to me is Christmas Kinnamon, aka Casey Kinnamon, at Casey underscore Kinnamon, aka Big Case Dog. What's going on, Casey? Merry Christmas, brother. Happy holidays. Hope you had a good one.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas to you too, Brad, and everyone out there in the chat.
Yes,
I'm
chat as
gonna derail this
well.
thing from Jump, man. Like, I was thinking
Yeah.
today about Christmas movies, so I want to see people fire off in the chat. Like, what are your top 3 Christmas movies? And
Oh, man.
the key question is, do you consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie? So,
I
sound
hate
off.
this question. I think it. I think that it is a Christmas movie, isn't it?
Dude, he's traveling across country because it's Christmas for a Christmas party. His wife's name's Holly. It's a complete redemption story. It's even got some like
Oh,
sprinkles of like Christianity in there, dude. Like he gets the stigmata on his feet from the
the
broken
Santa
glass.
Claus. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
There's a Judas character straight out
yeah,
like that. If you were casting a Judas guy, Santa Claus makes an appearance. Ho ho
yeah,
ho! Like I don't know, man. To
yeah.
me, it's a Christmas movie. I want to hear the arguments
I
though.
think. I think that it is. Jacob Roach in the chat saying the Santa Claus is his number one. My favorite
I watched that
part of
today.
that movie is when it ended. Uh,
I think
just
like
kidding.
Elf's a good one. We circle back. We
Yeah.
watched that one yearly. I don't know if you know this, but I'm
Uh,
a bit of a dirtbag though. Like I love Bad Santa. That's amazing. I think the Always Sunny Christmas special is some of the best television ever made.
there it is. Doc Smitty's got it. Christmas Vacation.
See, there's
There it
there's
is.
some good ones out there, man.
Yeah. Bad Santa is one of my favorites. I'm a big Billy Bob Thornton fan. Bad Santa is
Yeah,
fantastic.
dude, Bernie Mac, like that movie's amazing.
The movie is amazing. All right. I'm about an hour from Cleveland, Red Leader here. What time would I need to get into town to go to the game Sunday? Parking, tram, all that stuff. Gush. Gush.
It's part of the reason they're
Um,
moving, bub.
yeah, early, 11. No, wait, it's a 4 o'clock start.
Yeah,
2
yeah,
to be on the safe side.
yeah. And it depends on how much you're willing to pay for parking,
Yep.
how close you can get. I don't mind walking a decent bit. It helps get me out easier. But I like getting there early, man. And whatever, and there's no. Here's the problem: is you can get there as early as you want, but they're so inefficient at the gate getting people into that building, like that you
Yeah.
can just get bottlenecked and just be there in plenty of time and still barely make it for kickoff.
Yeah, safe is better. Yeah, the late game, I don't know what the crowd's going to be like on Sunday.
Good question.
Um but I would get there. I think getting into Cleveland at 2 gives you plenty of time to park, get to the stadium, get your seat.
Hmm. I've been
Hostile.
there for some end of the season shit shows before.
Yeah.
I was there last time. My last game that I've been to live was when we played the Dolphins when Ryan Fitzpatrick was their quarterback and who was it? The kid that went to New England, the receiver, played for Louisville.
Polk?
No, he was supposed to be good and he wasn't good. He was good for that 1 year only with Fitzpatrick. Anyway, Jarvis scored twice that day. OBJ scored. The Browns really put it on him. This is 2019.
Yeah, that was a rough
Can't remember
year.
the name of the receiver.
Um,
Oh well.
I can't think of it either. I know who you're talking about though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you're good, Red Leader. Appreciate. No problem, man. Jacob was at that game too. He says, "What's up,
Good game, man. Good game to
chat?"
be at.
Everybody is filed in now. So you want to re-ask your question here so that everybody can hear it?
Yeah, man. We just got through Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody jumping in the chat.
Merry
Hope you had a
Christmas,
great
chat.
one.
Happy
I've watched a ton of
holidays.
Christmas movies over break.
Okay.
Like that's at night when I'm done doing stuff. The family and I, we always get down. We don't even finish them all the time, but there's some classics out there. I want to know what your top 3 Christmas movies are, and tell me why Die Hard is not a Christmas movie if you don't believe that it is.
Yeah. So I have two of them. I like Bad Santa.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And Christmas Vacation. I think those are up there.
Yeah.
I'm not like a traditional.
I'm gonna tell you a low key when people don't talk about it's Gremlins.
Gremlins.
The Mogwai was a Christmas present, and the whole thing wraps up on Christmas Day.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. What about a Muppets Christmas Carol? Have you ever seen that?
I've seen it, but that was a long time ago. I've seen Scrooged recently, which is the same story, obviously.
Or the Grinch with
Jim Carrey. That one's a little too weird for me. I mean, obviously, I love the Grinch, the original animated 1960s Jobby. Then the recent one they did in 2019, 2018, something like that. Animated film wasn't that bad. Same people that made Minions.
Yeah. I didn't watch any this year. Christmas Vacation, yeah. A Christmas Story. I can't do that one.
I haven't done that.
But yeah, so and it's yes on Die Hard for me. And then, Bad Santa, Christmas Vacation. It's Christmas. I forget which is the one where he's standing over the pool and the naked chick's in the pool and he goes, "This is crazy. This is crazy." Chevy Chase. Is that Family Vacation?
That's the first one, yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah.
And it's Christy Brinkley, I believe, in the pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Tremendous.
Who was married to Billy Joel, if I'm not mistaken. The chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
Love that scene. And then but Christmas Vacation is great. And then I'm partial to a Muppets Christmas Carol. I guess that would be my family one.
It's not a movie, but I'm telling you, the Always Sunny Christmas special is some of the best ever.
Terrific.
When Charlie bites Santa, or when Frank comes out of the couch, like
unbelievable.
Honestly, I'm like I said, I'm a dirtbag. I grew up throwing rocks at trains. Like I identify with Mac and Charlie. So.
Yeah. I've seen
Trapped in Paradise. Dude, that's like John Lovitz and Nick Cage. Who's the third brother? Trapped in Paradise.
I don't know that one.
Can't remember who the third brother is. You haven't seen that one?
No. What's the one where
I just watched Christmas with the Cranks for the first time yesterday?
What's the one where the comedian? He's he gets the guy that played in oh my gosh, Rescue Me. What's his name?
Dennis Leary.
What's the one where he kidnaps?
Holds him hostage.
Yeah, isn't that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Can't remember the name. Dana Carvey was the third brother. Thank you, Zoo.
Nice. I'm a big Dennis Leary fan. Rescue Me was amazing. And
he's the villain in this movie called Judgment Night.
Oh,
amazing soundtrack. Absolutely amazing soundtrack. One of the better soundtracks of all time.
Love that movie.
Yeah. Cuba Gooding's
they're going to the boxing match.
Yeah, in the RV.
And they get off on the wrong exit and they see a murder.
Yep.
Dennis Leary's the bad guy.
Amazing soundtrack. Absolutely
That's
amazing.
like early 90s, bro.
93, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's early 90s. I like that one a lot.
Not a Christmas movie, though.
Emilio Estevez.
Estevez.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Yeah, Judgment Night. Soundtrack. Drew has a soundtrack, too. Great flick.
The soundtrack is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was like a mix of like rap and rock, but they really cool pairings, man. Teenage Fan Club and De La Soul Pearl Jam and Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
It was just really good. It was perfectly done. One of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Yeah. Yes, Mick Leary was the mobster bad guy.
He's also in Suicide Kings as a hitman under Christopher Walken when Walken gets kidnapped.
He also was just in the last season of why can't I think of it? It just ended last year. Oh my gosh.
I can't think of anything new he's been in, so I must have missed it.
Yeah, he played the dads of one of the guys. They robbed, their mom's name was come on, chat, help me out. The show on, maybe it was TNT USA. I don't even remember. TNT, I think.
Animal Kingdom or something?
Animal Kingdom.
Look at me. I didn't know he was on that. I watched the first season of that.
Animal Kingdom was like low key fantastic. I was a big
Drew,
fan.
that song's awesome too. Biohazard and Onyx.
I was a big fan of Animal Kingdom, and he was
Pretty
the
wild
one
show.
dude. Larry's the one dude, dad.
Larry started doing stand up like early. Like he killed it right out of the gate. MTV
he crushed it. He used to huff cigarettes and
MTV was playing him nonstop. And then he got in acting and just kind of left it alone, you know.
Half of his jokes were about smoking.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
So my wife, we were talking about comedians. My wife got me tickets to see Adam. You just sent me a clip of him.
Oh, Adam Ray.
He got me.
Is it the Dr. Phil show or is it Adam Ray?
It's Adam
Phil
Ray,
Live?
Dr. Phil Live at the Playhouse Square.
Oh, that's dope, man.
On June 6th. That was her Christmas gift for me. Awesome gift.
That is
fired up about
killed it.
Yes, Jeff, I would agree. Rescue Me is in my top 10 shows of all time.
Nice.
Have you ever seen Rescue Me?
I'm aware of its existence, but I did not catch on to it.
Gotta watch it, man. Gotta watch it. If you like stuff like Always Sunny and stuff like that, this is right up your alley. I mean, it's a drama comedy, but it's like he's a total degenerate firefighter mixed in, hilarious, but also good drama too. Rescue Me, fantastic. One of my favorites all time. Seen it a few times. It's worth a second watch. Case looks like he had too much eggnog, says Fumble.
No eggnog at all, man.
What?
You guys used to see me wear a hat.
Why? Because of the hat? No hat? Yeah.
No hat. No hat. Hair's a little much right now.
No hat on Christmas too for mine.
Hair's a little much right now. I got like a Conan O'Brien thing going.
I had to get mine cut, and now it's all over the place. But
I gotta get checked in. My Christmas season is bonkers. I'm thankful that we're to this part of it. My life will ease up a little bit here in the next 2 weeks.
What will?
Due to my day job with the United States Postal Service, this is a crazy ass season, man. And Christmas I love Christmas because like my kids enjoy it, but like I am relieved when it is over because of my job. It's a bit much.
It's the worst for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a top 10 worst job to have this time of year. It's not awesome. It'll still be rough for the next couple of weeks. People will do returns. People get gift cards. They'll still be ordering, But the amount I've delivered, I wish I knew the exact number. It'd be insane how many thousands of packages I've delivered to people. But
yeah, I feel you, man. It's that time of year. So, not a lot of Browns going on. We went off the air before the holidays.
Yeah.
Man, they're really going. You guys got to take it easy on Case, man. Come on, dude. You guys are going in on it.
I got chased by so many dogs this week.
Oh my gosh. Are you
that shit is not a stereotype.
I thought that was a myth.
I love dogs. And when I'm not at work, dogs love me. When I'm at work, buddy.
Is it the uniform that they don't like?
That's the crazy thing. I don't have to wear a uniform doing what I do. I don't have to wear the blues.
So
I wear this. I wear an Ohio shirt. I'm in camos, little cargos.
So why do they chase you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I do drive the mail truck, for whatever, but
Jennifer agreeing weighs in, says her husband works for USPS. Never doesn't see much of him this time of year. He delivered over 15,000 packages last week. Yeah. This
yeah,
sounds like you, Case.
yeah, and it's a real thing, dude. It's rough. But yeah, man, the dog thing, like the last one, so I pulled up to this house and they were chiefing. You could just smell the weed from the second I got out of the car. And I had to knock on the door, and the girl opened it, and I just, I scan and leave the package. And then I heard a guy yell, and I didn't even hear what he yelled, but I could tell the way he yelled, a dog had gotten out. It's like the sixth sense. You know what I mean? I turn around,
run.
A pit was coming straight from my crotch, and I used to have a little wiggle to me. I pulled my hammy, bro, getting out of the way of this thing. I was hampered, but I managed to escape.
Do you know if the Canada Post strike affected you?
They talked about it. I know it directly affected me. No, I know that we're supposed to expect a slow trickle because some of the post office depots, the package handling facilities were kind of bogged down. So, but no, I don't know if it did. I know Amazon went on strike for like 6 hours. I don't know what that accomplished. I don't know. I do their job anyway. That's the most frustrating thing is we deliver so much Amazon, and I'll be delivering an Amazon package to a front porch, and Amazon will be there at the same time.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Like, dude, why don't you do this?
Is it overflow?
I don't know. The post office is hemorrhaging money, and they take all these subcontracts that they can for UPS, FedEx, DHL. So we deliver all their stuff. So, but that's the other thing is some people don't have mail receptacles, and they don't know that we're delivering it. And if you don't have a mailbox, I can't deliver to your house. I just can't. I'm not allowed. So you might order from Amazon thinking Amazon's delivering, or UPS thinking UPS is delivering it. But if they subcontract to us, I am not allowed to take that to your house. So it's the whole system's broken.
Did you have to work? You worked on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
Me too. I was pissed.
Till
4, the whole a full day. I thought we were getting off half day.
Yeah.
It was like, with my job, we're coming up to, like, I'm an account manager for AT&T, so I come up to, probably shouldn't say that stuff, but we come up to people's house when you get like service call or a new install on the internet or whatever, and go over the account and different things. And I'm like, who wants to see me on Christmas Eve knocking on their door at 3:00 in the afternoon?
No. They're busy.
Nobody.
They're checked out too.
Yeah, they want their stuff fixed and out of here. Like, come on. Here, here's Jennifer again. Are you allowed to keep dog treats on you?
Are we allowed to? No. Does that mean that carriers don't?
You should.
No. You're trying to make friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying not to get bit. Most of they're called LLVs, those old school square mail trucks you see out there. Most of them have dog treats in them.
Really?
Most of them do. Not all. I'm not, it depends on which one you get in. And
you need to keep like a little bag of chip chop ham on you. Just so
I also got doggy mace. I don't want to use it, but I got it on me. I got that. I keep that thing on me.
Yeah.
I've never had to use it, but I've been chased multiple times. If it came down to it and I thought it was going to be me or him, he's getting sprayed.
I wonder why they chase you.
I don't know, dude. I love dogs. I have dogs. If I go to someone's house and there's a dog, that dog's my best friend. But for whatever reason, man, they know what I'm there for.
Look, all these people had to work on Christmas Eve. What is going on with this country? Come on.
I don't know, man. Here's the thing, though. Before I got this job, I was the general manager of a movie theater for like a decade. There's 365. You're not closed any day of the year, including Christmas.
Christmas is a big movie day.
Yes, every holiday is because nothing else is open. Christmas Eve was the only day that I didn't have to work. We let our concession manager, and that was the only day we closed early. We had closed early on Christmas Eve. Every other day I was there.
Keep that thing
I'm saying,
on your face.
If you've been chased by enough dogs, you can keep that thing on you.
I don't understand why they chase you.
I don't know either, man. I don't know. I was told it was like you've seen it in movies, and I always thought it was just like a bullshit stereotype. But
Oh, good point, Drew. Pawn shop would make money on Christmas Eve.
did
People
anybody
like,
here do some last minute shopping? I mean, like right before the bell closed, because
I
I did.
mean, pawn shop Christmas Eve shopping, that's some degenerate shit right there. Like you
Deals.
didn't think about getting it or think about putting aside the money. So now you got to hawk something to go buy. I mean, yikes.
Desperate times, man. Drew's there for the people.
Doc, I bet you did, Doc. 5 people. Yeah. Years past, that might have been me. You might have been sewing up my hand, putting together some of the crap I've had to put together over the
Yeah.
years.
I built a bed yesterday, a big princess bed, and it wasn't for me. Canopy bed, like the whole, I had to do that.
Sure, it
So,
wasn't.
Doc, and I found this out the hard way. It was the day after Christmas night. This is 20 years old. So Christmas happens. I got with my friends that night. I have to work the next day, and I worked at a deli. I sliced the tip of my knuckle off in a meat slicer
Oh my God.
the day after Christmas. And when I say, and like I was level headed enough that I literally took the flap of skin and I put it in a bag of ice and I drove myself to the emergency room. And most packed I've ever seen it. Like
I bet.
right around the holidays, so many, like it was insane. I was there so long, the bag of skin was in a bag of water, but they used that skin to put over top my knuckle. They actually reused it.
Yeah, I bet.
I got so many war wounds.
Yeah.
I lead the league in hurting myself. I hurt myself all the time.
Yeah. Got a few too. There's the only day I can imagine would be worse, Doc, at like an emergency room. The 4th or a week from next week, New Year's.
Oh yeah.
New Year's has got to be brutal.
Yeah.
If I get hurt on New Year's, Christmas, or the 4th of July, give me some duct tape and a stick to bite. I'm not going to the hospital.
Yeah, I've never been hurt on New Year's. What's crazy is, so I did that on the day after Christmas, and I had to wear like a finger splint for like 6 months because it was pretty bad. And I got bit by a dog here and ripped my finger up like a baked potato on St. Patrick's Day. So for like 6 months, I had these 2 fingers just straight. Had to learn how to do everything left-handed.
Drew's right. Halloween would be bad too. Thanksgiving gallbladder attacks.
I bet gallbladder.
I didn't think of that one.
For sure.
What is it? What is a gallbladder attack?
I don't know. They seize up on you.
What is
that?
And
like I'm obviously not a doctor, but it's something you don't even need, right? You don't even need your gallbladder. You have to have it removed.
I think they just take them out when you don't need them anymore, right, Doc?
I do believe so. I know my dude told me he had a fatty gallbladder, and that's what they were going to do to him.
Just take it out?
Yeah, and his diet was literally like fast food 3 times a day. This kid.
Yeah, I don't think you need it. Gallbladder attacks.
Probably sucks. Probably sucks super bad.
Too much fatty food, real thing, he says. I didn't know that it was an attack. I know you can have it removed. I didn't know they would attack you.
Yeah, my dude had to go to the emergency room, and like he thought he was dying.
Thanksgiving. Yank it. What's that mean? It feels like someone's squeezing it.
Jeff had his. He had a gallbladder attack. Apparently, it's common. Y'all be eating at McDonald's.
Yeah, man. I don't want to experience that.
Mick gangbangs, things will catch up to you.
You're not out? It was legit after eating McDonald's.
Thanks, Jeff. I needed it.
Oh, yank it out. Surgery typo. man.
So do we just evolve past the need for him? Like at some point, it probably is
Gallbladder?
necessary, right?
I guess I would. I don't think they. My understanding is they don't really serve a purpose. They can just get in the way if you're, if you mistreat your body enough. I don't think they do anything for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not a doctor, and I did not stay in a Holiday Inn Express.
There it is.
So,
There it is. There it is. It's helpful, but
it's
not
helpful,
needed.
but not needed. All right. Good for you, Jeff. I wouldn't either.
I gotta say, we've been a half hour in. We ain't talked zero Browns. This is awesome.
Yeah, I know it's great. Store
This is
bile helps, not essential. I like having Doc in here with
Jacob's
all
in
the
the Holiday Inn
info.
Express.
Yeah, Holiday Inn Express. No way. Jacob is in one.
That's what he says. Yeah.
No lie.
You can't be a doctor with that mustache, though. It's like firefighter, scout master, substitute teacher. These are certain jobs you can have when you have that mustache.
Yeah. Gallbladders release fluid produced by your liver, right, Doc? Regulates bile output. That's gross. All right, we'll get off the. We'll transition out off the bile. Yeah. So all eyes on Cleveland. I mean, hope you guys all had a great Christmas. Doc says, "Yep, that's what it is."
With great mustache comes great Amber Alerts.
Great responsibility. Good Lord. That thing looks like it's glued on.
It looked like a caterpillar just up and died right on his lip. It's actually a phenomenal stash.
I'm sorry to hear that, Fumble. That's terrible, man. That's not good. All right. So there's not. Did we get the chance to talk about Miles?
No, I would love to. I would love the opportunity to talk about it, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to ask you about tonight. Because then Batonio today, Ward today, they didn't listen. This is really pissing me off. I gotta get this off my chest. I don't know if you guys have been listening to 92.3, The Fan.
Nope.
Do you usually?
No, I don't get it. I don't use it on the Odyssey app. I'll catch clips when they clip them up, put them on social.
I know all those guys, a lot of them. I'm friends with a couple of them, like to text but their station as a whole, it's just really pissing me off right now. Like, it's Browns all day. Cavs are 26-4. It's Browns. It's Browns all day.
Yeah.
And it's so goddamn negative. And Nick is one of my dudes, Nick Wilson. I had to turn him off today. Like, he's just going in on the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Like, the way they interpreted, they made it sound like, if you heard the clip from Denzel today, they made it sound like Denzel was leaving Cleveland.
Yeah.
Totally out of context. Like,
it was the same last week with Miles. Like, oh, he's going to demand a trade. Like, that was like what everyone went to.
Yeah, but like Miles kind of said, like, I need to see a plan. And Ward was like, I want to win. We want to figure it out. He never said he was leaving. He never said. It's just crazy.
If your best players can't raise their expectations, then who can? Like, I wish Joel would have done this earlier in his career, man. Like,
I was thrilled with Miles' comment.
Yes, dude. That's how you lead, man. Like, don't you want them to have that same expectation? Don't you?
Yes.
That was my expectation for the season. I think that was the players' expectation for the season, and it went south. And they did see certain things trended a certain way, and they want to know that these are our best players, right? These are like Joel might not be our best player now, but that dude's been a pillar for over a decade. Like
Yes.
he has every right to want to know what the plan is and to want to know that this thing is worth sticking around for.
If you're going to rebuild, if I would want out too. There's no freaking reason for it. Now, I don't think they ever were going to rebuild, but I like that Miles and Joel today, and even Denzel to a certain extent, but I think that was taken way out of context. He was very
I
positive.
didn't hear his, but I've seen people comment on it that he followed suit with Joel.
Yeah, his was very positive and upbeat. But like, yes, you should be trying to win next year.
Yes.
Yes, you're all right. If they're going to rebuild, you should all want out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joel also commented, said that he wasn't sure about his retire. I think I have
his health.
Yeah, he wanted to evaluate his health and talk to his family this offseason. Also, this was the part I actually have it here. This was the part he was talking about the doubling. He didn't really double down. I mean, Joel is very respectful at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, yes, Miles, I agree with you. I didn't think anything he said was out of line. Did they did the press press the issue? Yes, they baited him into more and more and more. Like, if I read the transcript to you, they just kept asking more questions and rephrasing it differently to get him to answer further. You know what I mean?
Well, they heard him say something that was headline worthy, and they just wanted to keep like
dug in. Yes.
Yeah, dive into that.
It was like he was like, I'll read you parts where he like answered the question and that could have been it. And they're like, so are you saying that if this wasn't the case, then you wouldn't be a Brown? You know what I mean? Like it was like,
yeah,
it was you're leading the witness. Objection. But yeah, that's
and there's the other thing too, is like there's also the world too where he talks to the front office and he agrees with their plan and whatever. And then that leads to an extension because he's still under contract for 2 more years. You know what I mean? And they can franchise and they can make it ugly. They don't have a history of doing these things. But like, if you are a player of Miles' caliber and you are smack dab in your prime, you don't want to waste that. I wish Joe Thomas would have had more of this in him.
Did you hear his interview about Miles?
No, but I did hear him talk about his frustrations with the season. It was probably the same interview, just a different clip.
So he was like, he actually went the other way with it. He was like, I'm a lineman. He's like, linemen don't really think of things like, he was like, we don't really think of like I was so focused on getting better at my job every day that I couldn't look at it from big picture, that I was just happy to be on the organization that had enough faith in me to draft me and believe in me, that I just wanted to do my best job for them no matter what. And the best way that I could do that was just to work every day at it. And I never thought about leaving.
I agree with some of what he's saying.
I get it.
Generalize and say linemen don't think like that's you. You don't think like that. That's
you
fine.
Don't think, and that's totally.
But once you're in your third
selfless,
contract, don't you want to win?
It's wildly selfless. He's an amazing guy for having that attitude, and it's part of what makes Brown's culture is him, right? Like he was great. However, I totally understand Miles' point of view too, and I'm glad that he said something because your expectation should be better than this.
And if your best player is not the one holding the expectations high, then who will? You can't expect the guys at the bottom of the roster to be the standard bearer. It's got to be your best players that are holding everyone's feet to the fire, and not just the front office, the players in practice with you and the locker room. It's got to come from the top, and Miles is the best player on your team. So great. Yeah. I'm glad he's doing that.
I think the defense is actually in a pretty good place because you've had some young development on that side of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Mike Hall looks like a dog.
Doesn't he?
Isaiah, dude, Mike Hall.
And
the film, the film on Mike Hall the last couple weeks, like,
Yeah.
how did he come back from injury so well?
Well, and because he got the full duration. He was probably healthy a week or two ahead
Yeah.
of that, but he had to sit out the rest of the duration of it,
Dude,
of the
he
injured
looked
reserve, completely ready. And here's the thing that's beautiful to me is, yes, he's confirming your priors because you knew what you knew he was great at. He is great. He wins so sudden. He gets north. He's been so damn good against the run, and that was everyone's kind of
oh,
concern. He's been so good. So he does what you thought he did, plus. And then you're like, oh, dude, this is
dude.
yeah.
He looks amazing. Isaiah McGuire
hmm
looks really good. Also playing the run really well.
Even people
So
like Juwan Briggs, man, I think he might be a good rotational piece.
Briggs had
You
a
know,
nice game.
Diabate's been up and down. Not a good game this last week, but he's had flashes of good. And then you add in the guys you already knew were your cornerstones. Your Miles, your JOKs, your Delpit, Denzel. Like, yeah, the defense is in a very good spot.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he is 20 years old. You're right. It probably helps with the healing process. But yeah, I mean, but the defense has developed. Listen, in a losing season, there are some bright spots. Jerry Jeudy, who would have expected this? I think I still put Cedric Tillman in the win category, even though he hasn't played in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that a little.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing too. If DTR is going to be your starting quarterback, what are we rushing Cedric back for?
Yeah, there's no point.
If it was James still, I think you could find out more.
I like Ford too. I think Ford can be a really good third down back.
He can't pass block for shit though. That he can't. Like he
needs to get
as far
better.
as catching the football and making things happen. But if just auditing his game, his pass blocking scares the shit out of me. Enough that I don't know if he can be a third down back. He can definitely be your change of pace guy. In his vision is what holds him back. But when you block you watch the play that he bust, because his ability to go from second gear to fifth gear is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But he's got to get that lane. He's got to get that running start. He can't be getting hit at the line. He's not that guy. But if you can just get him to the linebackers, he can make it go. So, there's some things I'm seeing work on. He can be a real game breaker.
His breakaway is wild, dude.
Stupid. It takes a while to get to second gear, but from second to fifth is dumb. I mean, just
running past. He was running past corner safeties, not even close. Twice in like 3 weeks or twice in 2 weeks. All right, here's Joel.
The goal now, like you're in year 11, year 12, like you want to try and win games. Like it's hard to go out there and go have 3 wins right now. Like that's been tough. Like it's tough on your body. Like you just don't feel as good on Monday when you're losing games. So it's part of the process, and you'd love to hear what the plan is, going forward, and kind of see where we're at, see how much winning you can do. I don't know specifically with Joe Thomas, but he was like in the start/middle of a rebuild when he was retiring, and I don't know if that played a factor or if he was just done anyway. But you see that sometimes with guys where it's like, what do they have? Coming back and stuff like that. But that's all stuff I'm going to worry about in the off season. Right now, I got a game to play, and we got to lock in because they have some good players up front.
All right, hot take on this. Okay, hot take. Nothing wrong with what he said.
No.
Hot take. I'd rather have another guard in there, anyways.
The reality of the situation is his best football is behind him. He can give you flashes, where he'll look good for a game.
He's had a good game here and there.
It's hard for him to be consistent at this stage in his career with his health. And look, dude, he's going to be in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like he's that good. He's racked up 3-4 All Pros now, several Pro Bowls.
I'm just saying, I would rather go out and sign a guard in free agency or something.
Yeah, and you also drafted a Zach Center for a reason.
Yeah.
Develop that kid if he's good enough.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like the offensive line needs retooled in a major way.
And you touched on it. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Things start to blend together for me this time of year, but and it needs to be specific to what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
Specific. This is skill specificity up front to whatever scheme you are going to go. You need to gear up. You need to gear up with as many of those players as you can get.
Can't just flip it. Like they went from wide zone. They had an offensive line that was great at the wide zone. Now they can't do any of the gap duo run between the tackle concepts. That
they just can't create displacement at the line of scrimmage, man.
They're not big enough and strong enough to do it. If you're going to make that change, you have to make the appropriate personnel changes at the same time. And they never did.
Yeah.
You know, Poachich is too small. He doesn't get any push off the offensive line. He is a guy that is good in the wide zone. You get
moving
him out
in space. Yes,
in
sir.
Space. These guys are not those kind of guys. Like, and Teller, maybe he could probably do it.
Yeah, he's pin pool guy. He's, he wants that's.
Yeah, he's probably actually better in that. I think you said that, right? In this scheme. But regardless, I don't care what it is. It's all on the table this offseason. But
the chips have to go in, though.
Yeah, you're going to sit down and you're going to say, this is what our identity needs to be in the run game. Because our quarterback is not going to be a Hall of Famer. So you're going to have to win complimentary football games like you did back 4 years ago, right? So decide what your identity wants to be in the run game, right? And then appropriately address those positions with the correct personnel to ensure that is a successful plan. They haven't done that in like 3 years, and the run game has gotten worse every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also need to draft a back.
100%.
To go with Ford and Chubb.
Yeah, and I would even say this, man. Like, we've talked about it off season. Your backup tight end needs to be able to block. I need the ability to go heavy personnel, 12 personnel, and aid that. So you need a mauler. You give me a tight end who can put his hand in and be that 6 tackle. You rotate guys in and out, keep heavy personnel. Obviously, we act like there was a point where we wanted to get away from Stefanski, 12 personnel, and all this under center stuff. But it's the safest route to keeping your offense on the field and moving the chains and giving your defense a break and letting a quarterback get to a 3rd and 2. And that's the world we're going to have to live in. We don't have a superstar quarterback. We went all in on that, and we saw where that got us.
You have to. I don't even look at quarterback is going to figure itself out. There's only going to be so many options, and they're going to take the best one, right? But and that may be drafting somebody if they can get up to 3. I don't know. But no matter what, you have to make it easier to play that position in this offense.
Yeah. You got to raise
goal.
If your quarterback's not going to raise the level of everyone around him, you need to raise the level of everyone around him to keep the quarterback level.
And
I want to address something World's Fastest Fat Man said. Yes, if you're strictly just talking about running the football, no tight end is good as an extra tackle. But the beauty of the Kevin Stefanski offense is the 50-50 proposition where you're getting big personnel on the field to use your passing game. So your tight end has to be able to do that.
Yeah. You want it to look the same run and pass.
And then all of a sudden, every third drive, exploit someone. So you need a tight end who can do those things.
Yes, absolutely. Shelby Harris is on the IR. He's done. Njoku and I think Njoku's done. DMP this week. Ogbo Okoronkwo DMP this week. Both knees. I just hang it up.
Yeah. I don't see.
Put Whitebeard in.
Yeah. Hey man, Whitebeard's made a good account of himself.
Yeah. Put Whitebeard in the turkey.
Yeah,
bowl.
I don't see the need. Let's just be realistic, And I want to get yes, I would like to. I'm not one of those guys just lose no matter. I don't think that's good for your culture, but not at the risk of health. I'm not
at this point though.
I'm not jeopardizing anybody's health that doesn't need to be. I want to get a good look at these young guys. If you can win doing that, cool.
Whiteheart. Yeah, I know his name. I like to call him Whitebeard. Whitehead, Whiteheart. We call him White. We just get the name wrong every time. Listen. Teddy Bridgewater came back and got signed immediately. Did you see that?
I didn't know he got signed. I know after he won. What he did should be documented. He went one season, went and won a Florida State title, and didn't just win it. They destroyed every team they played. He won the championship game like 56-7 or something.
And the Lions just signed him.
Yeah. Teddy Two Gloves, baby.
All right. God's honest question.
Mm-hmm.
Real question for you. If you could ensure that your head coach next year was Mike Vrabel, would you make the switch?
I mean, I like Vrabel.
I wouldn't. Let me just go.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't. I'm on Stefanski, but
I don't think Vrabel has done what he's done just to put himself in a position to just be a coach. I think wherever he goes, he wants a bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, he wants to be the GM as well.
Or have personnel to say, it's team president, whatever they want to do. But and I like Vrabel. I just, not here, not now.
I agree. I just have heard that's what I've heard all day on the radio is Vrabel should be the next guy.
The Hasms better not let Vrabel get out. Look, man, Vrabel came here basically to intern and shadow Andrew Berry and stay involved with football, so he wouldn't be out of touch for his next job. But the fact that his personnel was taken from him in Tennessee left such a bad taste in his mouth that he's not going to just go just to be a head coach. I solemnly believe that.
So, back to Miles' thing. You believe, like, what do you believe they have to? He wants to see a plan. He wants to know who the quarterback is.
Mm-hmm.
It was so. Here's my example. So, did you see? The questions were psycho. Did you hear the next day that Mary Kay circled back on him and tried to call him out for somehow dissing Deshaun Watson because he didn't refer to Watson as the starting quarterback? Why is she so why is she so on the Watson thing? Dude, he's not going to play here again.
Yeah. But I also think that that's part of Miles' thing too, is Miles wants to know that that's not who you're running out there next year.
Exactly.
Look, man, you got to have a plan, and the plan can't be the guy that's under contract. We can't win. He wants to win. I see zero issue with it. Dude. And here's the thing, and you touched on it. There's pressure for them to win. There's pressure. If these guys are going to keep their jobs, they have to win. So that there has to be a plan of action in place to make this happen, to prevent what happened this year from happening again. Because
and not only that, but you also if I'm Jimmy, I'm hiring somebody checks and balances. I'm not letting you go crazy out of self-preservation. Yeah. Not that I think that Barry would do that, but this is what happens in the NFL. Is a guy, you put someone up against the wall,
mm-hmm.
backs up against the fence, up against the wall. They got to come out swinging, and they have to win to keep their jobs. And that involves moving assets around. I'm having somebody monitor that shit. You're not selling out our future to win for 1 year to keep your job.
Yeah, mortgaging everything just to get to 9-10 wins out of self-preservation.
Right?
Who do you do that? Who's that guy? Is it Depot?
Grass and Bass. I've seen you post to read that article 10 times in our chat.
He wants everybody to read Mac's work. I like Mac. Mac's my guy.
Okay. But
Mac the Buffalo.
we're not gonna push Dog Pound Daily in our chat. Sorry. No, you said it twice in this stream, buddy. I saw it twice in the last stream too, last week. So that article is at least a week old. I know that much.
Mhm.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I'm just giving you a hard time because I let it go the first 4 times because you did it twice last stream, and then this stream I saw it twice, and I'm not mad. I like I said, I like Mac too. But you know, we're just trying to. And no, I'm not mad.
But I also think it's kind of preposterous. Stefanski
I'm not
won't work.
heated. Nobody's
Like-
nobody's heated.
Like there's not a world in which Stefanski is successful. That's to me, I've seen too much to know that that's not the case. And
I'm
it's
just
also not a
saying.
no-brainer that he is successful. Like there's a shit ton riding on what happens this year.
No, I'm good for real. We're good. Nobody's heated, man. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you being here. I just didn't want to. It's bad luck to post another website in our chat here.
Where
And
are
plus
you out
one
of
that
short?
plus
Just
one
get a
that I
question
don't
in the
really
chat.
agree with. 5 reasons they won't work. I know that you guys feel that way, but some of you do. No, you're good, man. You can post. I let it go like 4 times last stream and this stream. I don't think I'm out of hand. By did I get heated? I didn't get heated. I'm good, right?
No, there's no heat. You're just
Calmer
pointing
than
out that you've seen it a few times in the chat.
Calmer than you are. Calmer than you are,
Oh,
bro.
look at you! Look at
Calmer
you!
than you are.
If you know, you know.
Calmer than you are, world's fastest.
So where
And
do you
then-
stand on Schwartz?
I thought he sounded checked out today.
I didn't hear him today.
Totally checked out.
Do you think he anticipates the team moving on from him?
No. I just thought he sounded like he didn't care.
Yeah.
He got asked about the Miles stuff, and he just kind of
Yeah. He defers
Maybe
all
that-
that kind of shit.
him and hawed around it.
He ain't trying to talk noise.
Yeah.
I just think for this week, very interesting. The things, because Jim is heavy man as he plays, the stuff that the Dolphins do horizontally
You
will stress
can't-
the shit out of it.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can play man against that speed, can you?
Well, Waddle's out, not out. He's hurt. I don't know if he's out. I don't know if he's been listed out. But, I mean, obviously, Tyreek, the A-Chain, they're ridiculously fast tailback. Like but the player that I think is going to hinge a lot of their success isn't one of their speed demons. It's Jonnu Smith, the tight end.
Jonas Smith is tremendous.
Mhm.
Tremendous weapon.
Well, and if you think about what the Browns do as far as like getting after quarterbacks, like so Miles is going to face Teron Armstead, but really he's not facing Teron Armstead. Really, he's facing the fact that Tua gets rid of that ball in 2.1 seconds. Like it's just instant fire, instant fire, instant fire. Rarely holds it. So it's going to be an interesting. I want to see how Schwartz decides to pivot to combat the horizontal stuff, because that's all they are, man. They lull you to death with the east to west, and then they'll get a few verticals in because they have Tyreek Hill.
Dude, look at this. Hold on. This is insane. No, don't make it your last stream. Nobody said make it your last stream. I'm not mad. I just said don't. Nobody's mad, man. You're good. Appreciate you being here. Nobody's upset. I appreciate your input always, man. You're all good. It's an interesting article, and like Mac too. So it's all good. We're all good. I just pointed it out because I saw it last time twice, and then I saw it this time twice, and I just thought I'd say maybe stop posting from another different website. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't saying that, man. Help me out here. I but just trying to represent the OBR. That's it, man.
Trying to
No
keep the
hard
brain,
feelings.
baby.
No hard feelings.
OBR is the label that pays. Gotta stay loyal.
Yeah, man. There is no hard feelings at all. Just an observation. Did you see that how bad Tyreek Hill's numbers are in reference to his previous years?
Yeah, there was the legit expectations for him to get 2,000 this year going into it. That was
Dude,
like the buzz.
he's hit like 40 yards. Like he's having a tough time, man. For real.
I'll say this though, man. He's had so much more success than I thought he would when he left Kansas City. When he left Kansas City, I was like, okay, he's a one-trick pony. He proved me wrong, man. He was so dangerous even when he first got to Miami with like way lesser quarterback play than he had in Kansas City. Definitely one of the most dangerous receivers of his generation. You know,
Yeah.
Is it over? I mean, that's the thing for receivers. Like, how old is Tyreek Hill? Is he 29? Is he 30?
Dude, I don't think it's fallen. It's not over. I think it's because Tua was hurt half the year, and I don't. It's weird. I don't understand how he's not producing. I mean, he still goes off for 100 here and there, but like,
Yeah, it's not consistent.
it's been a weird year for him.
Tua's a weird dude, man. There are times when I watch him play, it looks like he's terrible. But then you'll look at his numbers at the end of the game, you're like, oh, he completed 72% of his passes. You know, like it's just, I don't know. It's weird. He's a system quarterback, and he's in a system that kind of
Tua, we're talking about?
yes.
I don't think Tua is very good.
But no, but you know what I'm saying? I'll watch the game and I'll be like, I don't think he's good. But then you'll see his numbers and he's like 72% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like he'll have games, but when you watch the individual plays, you don't get the picture that this is a guy who's going to win games for you. You win games,
right?
Because of the system.
The system has made him look really good.
Yes.
And he understands how to work the system. Facts, Jennifer. Yeah.
And Mr. Be Safe, I said I was wrong. I thought he was a one-trick pony. He proved me wrong. I thought he was just all speed and he was playing Patrick Mahomes.
Dia is a bona fide DTR. All right, so I did want to read this though real quick.
Okay.
It's nothing big. I was trying to find his stats just to Tyreek because it was struck me as somebody was reading them today somewhere, and I was like, "What? Whoever took him high in fantasy is going to be pissed, right?"
I don't think I've ever owned him in fantasy. Now that I'm thinking about it,
834 yards he has this year.
Yeah. And for Tyreek Hill, like for a third receiver on a team, that's great. For Tyreek Hill, that's very disappointing.
I thought he was going for 2. Like
yeah,
you
no,
said.
that was literally, man. When I was listening to all the national stuff, not ESPN. I mean, like boots on the ground guys who cover, like Kyle Krabs, who covers the Miami Dolphins. That was the expectation going into the year.
Crazy. Let's see if I can get his.
That's the other thing about Tua, though. Tua's like, we've seen him get so many scary concussions, like terrifying.
Dude, his are the scariest.
The scariest. So you almost watch the game with like your fingers when you're watching him play.
What's that called when
fencing?
What is it?
The fencing position.
Like fencing?
Fencing, like with a sword. Fencing. It's like when you stiffen up one arm after you're out, like a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, like he was like the one time he was like in the Shaq flu.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Thursday night game.
Yeah, man, that stuff is super scary.
Scary.
Yeah, Doc, he probably will have 200. With our luck, yeah. But listen to this though. Okay, so week 1, 3 receptions for 29 yards. Week 2, 2 receptions for 36 yards. Then week 3, he goes 10 for 115, 6 for 83, 5 for 48, 7 for 61, 3 for 16, 4 for 80, 6 for 72, 1 for 8, 6 for 69, 4 for 23, 3 for 40, 3 for 24, and then just last. That's backwards. Sorry, that was from the most recent. In week 1, he had 7 for 130.
Yeah.
So,
which is what you expect. That's like what my expectation would have been.
Posturing. There it is. Thank you, Doc. That's what I was thinking of. Posturing when you get hit in the head and your hands go up like that, or they like freeze.
Fencing's when one arm goes out. You'll see these guys, and it's like, they stiffen up.
It's crazy. That's scary, man. You can do something to your brain that makes you do that involuntarily, like. But yeah, isn't that wild for him?
Yeah,
he didn't even have over 1,000 yards.
I mean, he was on the quest for 2 Gs, man. To NFL record. That was the expectation.
He's 30 years old.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this is all age related, but that bill comes due when your game's predicated on that kind of speed, even just a nanosecond, just a quarter of a second slower, you come back down to earth.
Tua did like that ninjutsu and stuff in the off season to practice falling.
He did judo.
Did you know that? Yeah. Or that's what judo. Yeah.
I think he did jujitsu as well, but that's smart. That's smart. If you're going to learn how to properly fall and protect yourself.
Yeah, because so many of them are from the shoulder to ground. Scary stuff.
Judo is not just about throwing people; it's about using momentum and absorbing.
Either way, I don't know. I was just saying that he took the classes, whatever, to help with the way that he landed and fell, so that he would stop banging his head against the.
Well, it makes sense because you want to get better at something, you have to practice the actual art of it, and
just body, protecting yourself. Like
you practice going to the ground.
Yes,
you're not going to do that in a tackling drill. So if you take a martial art to learn how to better protect yourself when going to the ground, that makes sense. Like, can't be mad at it.
Honestly, yeah. I was just gonna say, DeAndre. I was just gonna say Denzel should do it this offseason, because his last one was him just going forward, just putting his head down on the ground. So I don't know, but I would. That you were seeing more and more of the Guardian helmets that we've been monitoring on this show so closely from the beginning of time. Just because it looks so good on one Kenny Pickett.
Hey, he got time, man. Hurts went out with a concussion. What happened?
I know.
Kenny Pickett's now your savior, Philadelphia. How we feeling? Fly, Eagles, fly, huh?
They're feeling small hands, big dreams. That's what they're feeling. Small hands and big dreams.
I know you're looking for it.
No, I don't think I have it.
Whatever, bro.
I might have it at the ready.
Probably
somewhere. I know you got to go. Is your family there?
I haven't heard the eruption yet because there will be an eruption. These kids have been in a car for 10 hours. So when they pop in here, it'll be chaos.
Yeah, we'll get out of here in a minute. There's a game on tonight. Man, these games there's so many bad teams in the NFL this year.
Yeah, 10 teams with 5 wins or fewer, man. I wonder if that's ever happened.
I know. How do you end up with so many bad teams?
Well, in a league that prides itself on parity, yet the guys who are on top stay on top. There we are. We're back, baby. We're back.
There it is.
How did that not work out for him, you know?
I know. Especially
it's crazy is they're going up with the same record and the same result, though, even though they changed quarterbacks.
Especially when he looked so good in these. Dude, look. I still can't get over how small those hands look on that ball in comparison to his giant dome.
It must be a larger ball than normal, huh, Brad? No?
Large, must be. World's biggest guardian cap.
Looks like Marvin the Martian.
I think it's just world's smallest hands and everything else looks big in proportion.
That's insane.
Best photo ever.
It's top 10. I dare anyone to show me 9 better. Chef's kiss.
It's a beauty.
I just can't believe it was taken by the Steelers and then they put it out.
Yeah.
That they were like
Steelers PR.
Like, God damn. It's a tough day for OKP.
The lollipop count.
It doesn't like Megamind, though. It is true.
That was a good call. What
Amazing.
else we got down here?
Classic.
Another classic. All Eyes on Cleveland. Greatest hits.
Absolutely classic.
Picture. Question. Will he grace the hallways in Berea next year?
I don't know. Like where they, because we also talk about like, okay, you got to get more specificity in your personnel, especially in the offensive line, to generate this running game. Does he fit that?
Dude.
Did he fit it from the jump street? Did you just try to square peg round hole this thing?
I say
and you just
fail
liked him
from
when you
Jump
interviewed him,
Street.
so it was like, give him a shot.
I say fail from Jump Street. Like I said, and I was joking when I said it because he may be the nicest guy in the world. But A, how can you take him seriously? Right?
Yeah.
How could you take him seriously when he's talking up there about, whatever? And that's fine. And he may be great, coach, whatever. But then we heard the rumors about like he needed somebody to show him how to run a concept. Why did we hire this guy then?
Yeah, I don't know. That's my question. Because you remember, they didn't interview him for this. They interviewed him for offensive coordinator, at least under the guise of potential offensive coordinator.
I think I need a new offensive line coach regardless.
Yeah, if we're retooling the offensive line, like why? I don't know. It's and also it's because we only know what we get here, and I liked what I heard from Roy Istvan. Like when I hear him talk, I'm like, that is a guy I would like to play for. That is a guy that can motivate people. That's a guy who can hold people's feet to the fire and hold them accountable. And I also heard a lot of people who were mad that he got out of Philly. Like they were mad that they would get it.
He's the assistant to the next best guy, to Callahan, or maybe his peer or equal in Philly, right?
Yep.
So, no, his line did not look good, Red Leader. I agree. But Kenny Pickett looks damn good in this Guardian helmet. That's all I'd say. Baby.
I would say print the shirts, but we already did.
We already got the shirts printed.
We already got the shirts.
It's in my closet. I can't find an occasion to wear it.
Okay, let's do it right here and right now. If Philly wins a game with Kenny Pickett, we got to wear the shirts. If Kenny
I
Pickett
didn't
starts the
print the
game and they
shirts
win,
to celebrate his ass. I
might as
meant to
well, baby.
printed
It's
the
an
shirts to
excuse.
make fun of
It's an
the
excuse to wear
Steelers.
that work of art.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll
When
put
else
it.
are we gonna get the chance?
I don't know.
Because they got traded after we got the shirts.
There it is. We'll just wear them sometime on here again.
I like it.
We need to have Kenny Pickett Day. He did play. Yep. He did.
So let me get my head straight here. We don't play them for another 4 unless we finish in the same part. In 2 years, if we finish in the same place, would play Philly. I can't imagine he'll still be on the team by then. Who knows? He might be in our quarterback room. Then we can wear the shirt every day.
Please no.
Hey, man. We talk about the offensive line needing retooled. Let's keep it a buck.
You can do better than that.
Yeah, we say that, but we're not right now.
Jameis is better than that.
Yes. And that's it.
Okay. But
yes. And Jameis is going to be the third QB.
It's the circumstances. It's only the circumstances that he's playing that in that position. If they were playing in a competitive game that mattered, he would be starting.
Yeah, but I cannot wrap my head around, like, I'd like to keep seeing my offense move the ball. I'd like to keep seeing receivers do things.
I would too, but at this point, this far in, and you're this close to a top 1, 2, 3, 4 pick, I think you have to lose.
It's a very bad draft. I'd feel better if there was some shit at the top of the draft board that I'd be like, yeah, if we just get that top 3 pick, we'll end up with, Jim, like whoever, you know what I mean? Like whatever.
Jim
is a bad, I don't know. I don't feel good about it.
You don't feel good about
the talent at the top of this draft that it's going to be like,
I don't know.
We got to get that top this because of this guy.
Here we go, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. I just I don't see the savior waiting on us because if we lose.
I think that, yeah, they're bleak. But give the draft process. Let's give the draft process some time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's each individually do our work, and then we'll come out and I'll be able to tell you what I think. But I'm not ruling out the idea that Cam Ward, Shador, who I don't want the circus that comes with Dion, but if it means having a better quarterback, I don't, you know what I mean? Like if you land in the top 2 and he's there and Stefanski thinks he's the answer, I said they have to be bold and drastic here. You have to.
Yeah.
That's bold and drastic.
Yeah. I just and I haven't done the work, but this is what I encourage other people to do is find voices that you trust inside the industry. Let them bring the names to you, and then you do the work yourself and see where you land on these players. But when I'm hearing early comps for Shedeur Sanders, and it's like, this guy could be the next Teddy Bridgewater. It's like that's hard to get behind, man. That's hard to be like.
I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
Let's put him at the top of this franchise, and we'll go. It's just hard.
Like I said, I'm never once said that I thought he was the answer. I
know. I'm not saying you did. I'm just.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to get excited about these prospects when I'm hearing things about people I trust inside the industry.
I don't want to trade back.
They're probably going
You may have to. you may have to trade back.
Here's what I
want
do
to,
like about finishing that high is your second pick in the second round. You could be in a pretty good in the
it's
the
basically
catbird
a
seat,
first round.
picking at 35 overall or whatnot.
The issue, once again, is you have a GM and a head coach who have to 1 year to win
Mm-hmm.
to save their jobs. So what will they do?
Yeah.
That changes the context of the pick in every way to me.
Yeah.
If they had 5 years, they were just starting their clock, don't you think they would approach the pick differently?
Yeah. But sometimes like you'll be in a draft and you'll be like, okay, well, we need this. Well, this is a good year to need that because there's all these. It's not like this is like we need a left tackle. This ain't the draft.
That's not how Barry approaches the draft ever, though. He's
never been in this position that he's in right now.
He's not. He hasn't. But he will always try to fill every need in free agency first.
Yeah.
Like he's done a good job at
How you going to do that with quarterback? Like that's we get to see. We get to see it unfold. But
that's the thing. Quarterback is
trade more than likely in free agency is how you settle some of this.
Yeah, you need instant impact. I agree, DeAndre. That's how they are going to view it as well.
In my opinion, not just your first round pick, but whatever you pick at 35 or 38 or wherever you end up, man, that's got to be a dude.
They got to play for you this year.
Yeah, and be a future cornerstone. That's where we be.
Yeah, Josh, I get your point, but the value of quarterback erases that. I mean, it's like that pretty much every year. I don't know. I think quarterback's going to go 1-2 regardless.
Yeah. It's be interesting because there's a lot of like in these two games because of the variance of like the Raiders inexplicably won, and look where they were drafting to where they're drafting now. It jumped pretty high. There's variance in there because those teams are so close together.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to take Carter too. How much impact does he have in year one?
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. You don't need Carter, but I'm not going to like. I think McGuire's been great.
Yeah, you got
Troy coming back. But do I let those guys? If I think that kid's generational, which I don't, I've not done the work. But if you think he's generational, you can't let those guys stop you from adding that guy.
Agreed. But he has to be generational to take to.
You have to have full confidence. If you're taking something that isn't a need, they got to be a true blue chipper, difference maker. Right away, he's the guy.
Certainly, that is a factor as well, Josh. Got to have a partner.
And the only one I see is Jacksonville. They're the one team that will be up there that doesn't need a quarterback. And even if you believe they need a quarterback, they don't believe they need a quarterback because they just paid theirs. So they'll be a trade partner. But are you giving up 3 first-round picks to go take a guy that could be Teddy Bridgewater? Because I'm not. I'm not doing that.
I don't think Pittsburgh goes best player available every time. I really don't.
Who?
Pittsburgh.
No.
They don't even address a lot in free agency. They draft for need more than anything.
Yeah. Out of all the teams in our division, I'd rather be the Ravens who just like let everyone fall to them.
Yes. Yeah.
All of a sudden they just end up with Kyle Hamilton because everybody else overthinks shit. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, position value is certainly a factor as well.
And it's about knowing your identity. Like what we're talking about the offensive line. Like they know who they are and what they're looking for, what they're after. Like that's half the battle. When you're trying to form an identity as opposed to already having the identity.
Do you think the QB situation will also depend on who is calling plays next year? It seems Stefanski has never had much of a say on who he wants for the quarterback.
He's never been in this position. So we'll find out.
Then, yeah, he was given. You're right. He was given a quarterback when he arrived here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I think he probably said okay and went along with the Watson thing, but I don't think he was the one spearheading it. To be honest,
Well, that skill set doesn't fit what Stefanski does.
no, which makes me wonder why. Makes me think it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I've
said that often, Josh. You know, being bad isn't enough. You got to be bad in the right year.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would agree that Jennifer, that or I do think that you have a point that he has not ever had a chance to really pick his guy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the guys out there to pick from. Like Cousins is the perfect guy for a Stefanski play called system 2
Mm-hmm.
years ago before he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Now you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's yeah, and he should be better physically next year, but I don't know. I worry about his arm before the injury, playing outdoors in this kind of weather.
I wonder. Yeah, I mean, they were 20th in play action this year. Is that because they just didn't know how to use him, or is that because he can't move yet?
True. Yeah, you got to factor all that in,
right? I don't know, but like we say, it's the season after the season.
Mm-hmm.
Fam here?
Yeah, they just arrived.
All right.
It's about to get wild. I want to say this though: San Francisco did it the right way. They tasked one person in their organization. It was Brian Greasy. They said, find a guy in this draft. You scout all the quarterbacks. You're the quarterback coach. You scout all the quarterbacks. You bring me who you think we can win with. And he found Brock Purdy. Task somebody. And I don't care if you draft one high. Take a dart throw later. If there's one guy that you think can operate this system, I don't give a shit where as long as you get the answer, I don't care where the answer comes from.
Yeah.
And you might not find him in this draft, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. Appreciate you guys all being here with us tonight here on the OBR streaming network. If somebody knows Grass and Brass, tell them to come back. I didn't mean to upset them at all. And I appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight. It was enjoyable. We didn't even talk Browns for the first 40 minutes. It was great. Talk Christmas movies, all kinds of fun stuff. Tell a friend, hit like, hit subscribe. Keep it locked at the OBR, the best Browns community in all of the land. We'll have you covered all the way through the end of the season on everything going on. And we will take you into this critical off season and all of the decisions that lay before the Browns. So appreciate all of your interaction with us. The show would not be any fun without you guys. Happy New Year's as well. We'll talk to you next week after New Year's on Thursday. So Happy New Year's. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. And cheers. Let's all be better in 2025, including the Cleveland Browns.
Damn, they better.
You said it, brother. All right. Christmas Kinnamon. My name is Brad Ward. This has been another edition of All Eyes on Cleveland. Happy New Year, chat. We're out.